Hey, my wonderful people. I hope you all are doing good. For the new ones, I'm Damian Joshua, the host and producer of the podcast show DJ's Corner, which you're currently listening right now. And for the persons who have been following my show from day one till now, welcome back to my show. So please do follow my show. It's available on all platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Angami, Deezer, everywhere, and can be listened from any place on this planet. So I'm on social medias like Instagram and Twitter. The links are given on the podcast show description. You're always free to follow me, give your personal comments, your suggestions through DMs, messages. I'm here to accept everything and make a big change in this podcast industry. So now we are in the 4th episode of my story, COVID-19. So if you have not listened to the previous episodes, definitely you have to listen to it, because the first 3 episodes, there's a continuation. Obviously, this is a story where you have to understand the continuation from episode 1 to episode 3, so that you'll further come to know what happened in episode number 4, what will be happening in episode number 4. So my mom was admitted in the hospital. We were doing all those stuffs, and hospitalization. My father gets hospitalized. I become sick, ill. And what I face now, in the previous episode, I told what are the precautions, what you should do, you should be consulting the doctor and doing stuff. So what I did is I did not do it, because I knew I'm affected by COVID, but I was not willing to literally go to the doctor and get myself tested, because I should not end up in the hospital. So I think from May 3rd till May 13th, okay. So when I recovered from COVID was on May 11. So I was relieved from it, we know you getting your energy back. And see, what I personally felt when I was affected by COVID, the energy in your body, your center energy, okay, will be pulling towards one part, in the center of your body, your brain, the muscles, everything becomes crushed. You feel the pain, the tiredness, the fatigue. You become literally lazy, but that's not lazy, that's your fatigue. So that was just it was pulling, this virus was just sucking my energy, whatever I try to do. Because see, what I did is taking a good steam inhaler with all these medicated herbs, then drinking medicated water, all this natural, because we had to shift towards natural more than going through the allopathy treatment. We had to go through the natural part, so that maybe the recovery process is slow, but it's slow and steady and firm, that we know that we will definitely come out of it. So towards, I think when it was 9th of May, I felt that I started to develop breathing issue. So what advice was given during that time when people are at home, affected by COVID, they told you have to sleep on your chest, putting a pillow near or over your chest, and just sleep upside down, okay. And you have to take a breathing exercise sort of thing, so that your oxygen level get high, because see, this virus it'll pull out your oxygen. So when your oxygen level is low, obviously you start to suffocate. Literally you start to suffocate. Then obviously what you won't get, your energy is not passed over to the whole body. So this is a sort of a mechanism which happened, and after getting affected by this virus, we knew how it is. So this is what I faced, but I don't literally know what my mother and father faced in the hospital, because the whole treatment process is different. And after 2-3 days, my father was shifted to the normal ward. I think it was on 8th of May, he was shifted to the normal ward, but my mother was still in the ICU ward, because she had diabetes, high blood pressure, thyroid, all these were, she was affected. She had all those things, so that it's a bit difficult to because we have to take care of the sugar, blood pressure and other stuffs, and we have to side by side make her to come out from COVID. So it was a very very hectic and a difficult process for the doctors who have been handling. But I just salute doctors, not only in India but all over the world, how they literally face this. So many doctors died of this pandemic which was all over the world. And not only the doctors, the nurses, the frontline workers, the helpers for the medical field, everyone, I thank everyone. It was a very very stressful job, because I saw people going through it, because I was one of the victim. Like we tell I was a victim of this hurricane or this earthquake or this tsunami which hit here. So I can proudly say that I'm a victim of this COVID-19. Like I knew how it was and how it will be. So May 11 I just come out of this COVID and I become normal. But there's tension starting to rise up on my mother's case. So on the 12th of May, they were just telling that she's becoming unstable. Condition is becoming unstable. So obviously, as me, as a Christian, as a faithful person, what I do is I was praying, just save my mother. Like we have to be good testimonials for the people. We have to show the people that we also survived COVID and everything. And 12th, the day went on like that. I was getting phone calls, and they told you should not get agitated, because if you get agitated, it can worsen your situation and your case. And my father also was the same thing. He was also on oxygen, so we could not even tell the whole scenario what was happening. And finally on 13th May, I can still remember that I was getting phone calls morning. Usually I get up early in the morning, because you literally can't sleep. This is one of the things, you can't even sleep. You won't have proper sleep. So I was getting a lot of abnormal calls, literally not abnormal calls, but people were just they were asking you things like how are you doing and all those stuffs. And I was something is fishy, something is wrong is going to happen. Then on, I think it's time 11:35 that I got a call from my mother's colleague, where she was working, and they told that her stable is becoming more unstable. Her oxygen level is not increasing, and she was transferred to her ventilator, so she was on life support. So that means that's the last part of life. If you come under life support, there are miracles can happen. If people are on life support, they come back normal and they live a life. But I knew that if she's on life support, that this is the end of her. And I was so intuitive. I could just realize myself how I was so intuitive during that situation. From that till now, whatever my intuition says, that literally happens. So I don't know, I got the special power. Okay, from this I knew that she's going to literally go away. And I know it's hard to say that, a son saying that my mother's going to go, going to leave us alone. But that was the hardest part and the sad truth of this COVID. So 11:30, 12:30, getting people were just calling me. Then I had my mother's colleague, she came to my home, she stood in front of the gate and she gave some food and she told, no, you take care of yourselves and this. And I thought, what? Everything was totally abnormal, literally totally abnormal. Then at 1:30 I got a call that from my dad's friend. He was in the other part of the state, which is in Chennai, the capital city. So he told that, Damian, you get ready, to go to the hospital. And I had my dad's friends here also, so they also told that you also get ready, we have to go to the hospital. Like it was like 1:40, 1:45, from that time. And I told like no. My father told that like anything happens, you should not come to the hospital. This is what I said. Like the conversation was literally in my mother tongue, which is Tamil. So I told no, I can't come. My father told that you should not be coming to the hospital. You should not be contacting this virus again. So but towards like exactly how I knew my mother expired is like it was a very very toughest part. Okay, literally I now when I'm narrating the story, I'm just seeing myself how I was in that situation a year ago. So 2:00 I got ready. I just locked up the house and I was just waiting for the person who has to my dad's friend. They told they have to I'll come and pick you up so that we can go to the hospital. So I don't even know what's literally happening. Okay, but I know there's something wrong. Okay, so at 2:00 my mother's colleague who worked together, she put up a status that my mother expired. And when I saw that post on WhatsApp, okay, it's literally on WhatsApp, like my body freezed. I could still now also my body's freezing. My body just freezed. And that's all. Like I was just staring and looking at the status, and they put R.I.P. Bonita ma'am and all those things, and I was just looking like what the bloody hell is happening. And see, now also I'm not comfortable in saying this, but I was just looking at the status and I cried. Literally any damn guy will cry. So I was crying, and I didn't even though my neighbors were there outside, they were looking, but I didn't even tell them that my mother expired, because I want to know what until the doctor declares it to me, I have to keep it as a secret. So actually but I knew this is going to happen, and after a few minutes, I think it was 2:10, 2:15, the person came me up and they took me to the hospital. And I know that my mother expired, but they were so protective, and they were I can still feel it. They didn't want me to know that my mother expired. Immediately, because all of us, all of my relatives, everybody knew, but there was no one, they didn't tell it. But I feel that I'm so thankful that this person put up a status, so that if a doctor says it to me, I don't know, I can become unstable, because I'm just recovered from COVID just 2 days, literally 2 days, and I won't have that heart or the mind to work that my mother's no more. Literally, it can be anyone. But I'm not proud of myself. I'm not just boasting it to any person who's listening, but I'm so literally proud that I could stand up that situation. I didn't even cry. A single tear didn't come out when the doctor declared that my mother died on this time. And because before, actually the fun part, what happened is, literally it was not fun, but this is what happened. The nurses, because when they told who's Bonita, Cooper's relative, that's my mother's name, and they told that I told yes, I'm here, and the nurse gave a big form, this death declaration form, they given the time and everything, and where you have to fill in this form, give all the necessary details. And my dad's friend who was there, they told why you're showing this, we didn't even see the doctor, and why you're coming and showing all these things. Then I told dad's friend okay, no problem, I know everything what happened, and I just filled it up and I gave it. Then I went to the doctor's cabin, and he told everything what happened and how she became unstable and everything. And okay, it's fine, okay, I was just literally I was just listening. I didn't even cry. My dad's friend, they were patting at the back, don't feel. But I was thinking, okay, I knew it. I thank God that The same time I knew, like everybody knew that my mother expired 2 o'clock on 13th May. The same time I also knew it. So I had that guts, I had that willpower, I had that courage to withstand this thing. So, okay, 13th May became a black day in our lives. A black day. So, yeah, then 13th evening, like they told like the bodies in the mortuary. So tomorrow on 14th we can do the necessary formalities and pay up the bills and everything. But the best part is my father didn't even know what happened on 13th May. So with this I conclude this episode, and we'll be meeting in episode number 5. Until then, stay tuned. Don't forget to listen to the previous episode. So it's a DJ signing off from this episode, and I'll be coming back soon with episode number 5. Until then, take care guys. Bye bye.